you can feel it. It's magical, and you just like, you want to be there. I was like, I don't want to leave it. I just don't want to go anywhere.
And there was a sense of joy and also excitement.
That power, that feeling, that is just out of this world.
It's just life-changing, I think. Everything's life-changing with him.
It was an incredible feeling, an incredible state to feel the stillness, the calm, the peace, the connection with everything.
About a minute into it, I just completely relaxed, and you're just completely, your mind's just really clear, no thoughts. It's just kind of just that moment of bliss. It was great.
It was like that bliss and really connecting with God. And I think I said, oh my God, it was just the best, most gentle but divine feeling I've ever had in my life.
Oh no, that was just so special. I don't even know if I could put that into words, but I can feel myself misting up when I think about it. It was profound and so special.
It's just joy coming through, and it's amazing. It's powerful. It's very powerful.
His ability to share his Satori state and clear through all the many people's blockages that sit with him is very unique. I don't know of anyone else that can do that.
When Sri Avinash does this, you feel the energy instantly, of the calmness and the peace.
His patience and his love just drive the energy to come within you, and then you're able to relax and actually receive it.
Well, he's the guiding force. You can see that that he controls that divine energy, and he can direct it. Yeah, and that's what's so special about him, I think.
Amazing. The energy was so strong. Sri Avinash said I was on my divine couch. And I felt there was nothing else in the world that mattered. It was just total peace.
Love. Pure, unconditional love. And that's when I started crying, was because I just felt my heart expand. And to me, that's what God feels like.
Sri Avinash is saying that's your soul, that's who you are. And to see that and feel that and share that is just beautiful.
Not only me, but Sri Avinash can, with his sheer resonating power, can just take one after the other, an entire room full of people, and with varying times, give everybody that experience, or at least close to it. It's just, there's no doubt in my mind. I wasn't even sure what I was chasing until that moment, and now I know what I'm chasing.
Today's session at the Masterclass just took it to another level. I really didn't think I could help anybody, in this healing space. I was really after something to help myself. And as the old adage goes, to help yourself, you help others. Yeah. So it actually, I sense that, and I feel that. It really resonates with me.
Wow.
So it's fantastic. I really loved it today.
That's excellent. Yeah. Do you feel like you gained tools to help you heal yourself and heal others effectively?
Absolutely. it's interesting, the little practical sessions that we did, the two sessions with two different people, was amazing. I just didn't expect it to work. Yeah, I knew it works, but you don't think it'd work straight away. It's the first time I've ever done that.
Did you think it wouldn't work if you did it, for example?
Yeah, exactly. I just thought, it might be something that may or may not work for me. It may take ages before you actually, master the art of, feeling vibrations or feeling, connection.
Yeah.
But I was shocked that the first connection I had was, I think I put my hand up saying that, I've got this transition of an aching from the other person, which was quite amazing. And then the second connection with a different person was fantastic because they reverted back exactly what I had actually done in terms of the different levels of energy that I was giving. So it was quite amazing.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so it's really good.
Had you ever dabbled in healing before? Or
Nothing. This is the first time. I've never, nothing. I tried meditation. Sometimes I think I'm not doing it that well, but it's taken me to another level of meditation, and also what I would now feel confident in healing myself, and hopefully the opportunity to heal others.
That's a beautiful thing. So, would you say that what you've learnt today has led you to become a greater healer?
Definitely on the journey. Definitely on the journey of being a great healer. I've got a lot of practice to do.
So true, don't we all?
Yeah, but I'm definitely on the path. So it's a great start today.
Yeah. And what do you think of Sri Avinash's teaching style?
Oh, it's fantastic. Oh, look, he's the boy from Marrickville that's turned into a master. So I look at him in two ways. I look at him as the real sort of down-to-earth bloke that came out of Marrickville, and a real wise master that has taken his life experiences and skills to an immensely high level that he's now able to come back down and give us this interaction, one-on-one with us commoners, I would say, So I love it. I actually feel very connected to it.
And still on his teaching style, would you say that what you learnt today was easy, complicated? Like, what would you say?
I'm actually amazed at how simple it is and how simple he puts it. It is really so simple, you can't forget it. It's almost, when you take a bit of sugar in your throat and your tea, it just dissolves. It's in, it's done. That's how simple it is.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you got to witness Sri Avinash healing two people today.
Correct.
What was that experience like for you?
That was a wow moment. I couldn't believe that this type of healing could happen so quickly. It was definitely a wake up call for me in terms of how this stuff actually really, really works. Two different scenarios. I was amazed with the lady that had the back problem and how 3 years she's been in pain, and today was the first time she actually felt comfort and no pain whatsoever in 3 years. Now that's amazing. I'm sure there'll be a lot of doctors knocking on the door going, hang on a minute, let's check this out. What sort of stuff is this? But it's amazing. And the beauty of it is the simplicity and the ability just to believe. It's there, you see it, you believe it. That's it. There's nothing more to it.
Yeah. It was pretty incredible to witness that, wasn't it?
It was great.
I think I heard every single person in the room gasp when she stood up.
Yeah. I and then even, after we came back after lunch, it was like, it's good,
Yeah.
So it's fantastic.
Amazing. When you saw something like that, did that do something to you? Did that give you more confidence? Did that give you faith?
Absolutely. It just not often you see miracles. You know, I've gone through, you know, not just my own self, but family and friends that have suffered, and you wish upon them, you know, goodness, health, and happiness, and sometimes a turn of events so that, you know, good things, you know, turn for them. Unfortunately, there's a lot of things I've seen that don't go the right way. So seeing something today when someone says, I can do this, and it happens, it's like a miracle. So for me, it's an amazing experience. Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Yeah, and especially just to be able to achieve such an amazing outcome in a relatively short space of time. How much time would you estimate?
Wasn't 10 minutes?
10 minutes or something.
10 minutes. It happened in 10 minutes.
To remove 3 years of incredible back pain.
I think it takes the same time as a doctor takes, you know, to put his gloves on and puts his mask on and it's all over, it's done. So that was it.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. During the final session, Sri Avinash took you on a journey to activate the great healer within you. What was that experience like for you?
It was interesting because
hello, welcome to my Wisdom and Awakening webinar. For this webinar, let me just very briefly go through the format of this webinar, just for those who this might be their first webinar with me. So you know what's the format. But before I do that, welcome. Thanks for joining me. It's going to be a lovely webinar. I want to focus on just giving some advice and what's the best approach to go through this challenging time with the coronavirus and that. So basically, the start of this webinar is going to be me doing what's called the awakening transmission or the awakening infusion, where I basically shift your vibration, your energy field, to bring you towards the source within your being, your ancient self. I guess that's where your spirit or your soul, that's where your magnificent being is. So I will do that infusion to start off with, and then I'll give a talk, and then after the talk I'll answer your questions that you've sent in. Prema's gonna read out the question for me to answer, and then after that we'll finish off with what I call Meet the Divine Infusion. That's basically where I shift you to your essence, and then I bring your essence to the essence of the universal essence or consciousness, and then I'm going to bring that two together. It's like a meeting with the source. It's not like it is the meeting with the source. Yeah, so anyway, that's the format of this webinar. So we'll start off with the awakening transmission or infusion. So if you just close your eyes now, and just feel the transmission. Close your eyes. Feel your vibration being elevated. Feel that right now. Feel your whole being expanding. Across the whole universe. Expansiveness. Whole being just expanding. Feel that right now. Feel that remembrance. The ancient being within you. That perfect ancient being. Feel that right now. Feel that inherent perfection right now within you. You can gently open your eyes now. we'll end that transmission. So now I'd like to give a talk, and naturally the current situation of our planet, I think we've all seen on the news and all the social media and all the reports of what's happening around the world at the moment, where the whole of humanity is going through very challenging times. It's very it's challenging for everybody. Challenging for the world leaders, the governments. Very, very tough decisions to make. Very tough. Of course, many lives are lost around the world from this virus, and of course, many emotional trauma from the families that have those, the relatives that have passed away, or their own children, or parents. So basically, the whole world is going through a lot of challenging times at the moment. So I just want to share just a few words on that. And what's the best way to go through this period, with the right attitude, so that we make the most of the negative situation. You see, coronavirus is like, in some ways, doesn't matter what natural disaster or crisis that size on our planet. It's caused by negativities and fear. See, when the humanity on the planet, when there's the fear and the stress level and the fear is very, very high, very high. See, that vibration, because everything is energy, the whole universe is energy, we are energy, everything's energy. Because that vibration, that fear vibration is very heavy, that heavy vibration is basically very destructive. It's destructive in the between the family unit, just within our family, our neighbours, between states and nations, and of course the highest level is natural disasters. We all know recently, not too long ago, we had the bushfire, the major bushfire in Australia, one of the worst it's ever been, and the destructions from that, and we all know it's caused mainly by the drought. So long, more than a year's lack of water. So the drought has caused the fire, the lightning hitting the bushes, and it flames up all over the place. It becomes major bushfire because it looks like that. But really, it is the negativities, mass consciousness that has caused the imbalance. Therefore, the rain. Talking about rain. The rain just right now is raining. Can you please close that door so it's a bit easier for the sound for recording for the replay and that. So the imbalance needs to be balanced. So that negativity creates, I guess, like it has to kind of be expressed somewhere. For example, if you're cooking in a big pot and you got the lid covered, like covering the pot, when it's heating up, that steam, it has to go somewhere. See? So the negativity has to go somewhere. So that when it's type of mass consciousness in humanity, which means in just one individual, our consciousness is so powerful. You know, we can create anything. Just one person. Let alone 7.5 billion people. When that negative mass consciousness combines like that, it creates natural disasters. And the coronavirus is, without a doubt, a natural disaster. Now, first thing I want to say about that right now is that, like all natural disasters, it'll pass. The bushfire passed, you know. Bushfire passed. You know. So this coronavirus, without a doubt, that will pass. You know, of course, by common sense, and of course advice from the health authorities, that if we don't spread it through droplets, transfer droplets, through coughing and sneezing and things like that. Basically, when there's no droplet transfers, then it doesn't spread. So that's kind of how to protect yourself. That's what we advise. You know, at the moment, you know. See, that's very true. But another, and of course social distancing and all that, lockdowns and all that. But another method really to face this is to really boost your immune system. Because this coronavirus is only beating, basically, the weaker your immune system is, the less chance you have in this battle. This you're immune against coronavirus. This battle. So it makes sense to just boost up your immune system. So that who knows? You know, you might go to the local supermarket to buy some food, and you might get some droplets. You know, I'm not putting fear in you, but people are getting it all sorts of ways like this. So you see, for example, for example, myself, I'm not afraid of the coronavirus because I know my immune system is very strong. You know, so like in my view, I know it sounds a bit silly, but in my mind, my perspective, I just eat the coronavirus for breakfast. You know, like in other words, I know it's silly, but I'm not afraid from this thing. You know? I'm not afraid of this thing. You know? Like this, because my immune system is very strong. I know that. As a matter of fact, I know I haven't been sick for 11 years. I haven't had even a flu or a cold for 11 years. You know, the last one I had was actually, I believe that was a swine flu. The last time I had the flu was, I believe, was a swine flu. You know, because it really made me weak for like a couple of weeks, and you know, it didn't go away for at least a month. And normally that doesn't happen to me. But anyway, my system like beat that. You know, at the time I was volunteering for my master, and you know, working late nights and long hours. My immune system is run down, and so when I got that flu, it knocked me about. But what I'm trying to say is this: boost your immune system up. You know, boost your immune system up. And I'm going to tell you just things that you can do to help boost your immune system. Now, you're not boosting this like out of fear, because if you're boosting out of fear, you're going to weaken your immune system. It doesn't matter what you do. You see? So you don't want to do it out of fear. So first thing is basically boost your immune system. And the ways to boost your immune system is this. Believe it or not, exercise. I want to share you a list of things you can do to boost your immune system. Now, like I'm going for walks around 4 or 5 times a week, and I'm walking around 3 kilometers each time, walking our dogs. Thank God for our dogs, our lovely, beautiful dogs. They bless us because they force us to not do computing work and that, so we do some exercise. So we walk our dogs, and they love it, and we get some exercise, and we love it too. You know, so I do that. I walk, and because I'm so busy. I try to exercise a little bit more than that. So I do basically a bit of workout. I used to train in the gym many years ago. I was an ex-bodybuilder many years ago, so I know how to train. But I just train very simple. Just some push-ups, like, you know, once a week. I try to do twice a week, but I'm so busy, and maybe a bit of laziness as well, I have to admit there. You know, so I basically exercise, push-ups, you know, sit-ups, you know, and lat pull down. We have a couple of machines, lat pull down. You know, just a bit of exercise, like just a little bit more than walking. Well, simple, but what I'm trying to say is do some exercise, because that'll move your energy. That'll make energy flow, you know. That'll boost your immune system, you know. And that is simple. You know, you know, the Western culture, we know exercise, so I won't talk too much more than that. So exercise. Next thing, eat healthy. You know, eat healthy. You know, don't go and guggle down all the soft drinks and things like that. and make sure you don't eat food that doesn't look like food. You know, like this processed food. You know, fruit and veggies. You know, like just eat a lot of fruit and veggies and a balanced diet, and just fresh food, because the fresh food has a lot of vitality, life force. If you have fruit from your garden, fantastic. That's even better. But try to eat fresh food. Like don't eat as much dry, old food that's been stored for 2-3 years. You know, those and of course preservatives and all that type of stuff that makes it last long, and canned food. Like during this period, try to boost your immune system by eating fresh, healthy food. You know, like that. Combine exercise. Now, moving beyond that, you should help raise your vibration by being calm, and peaceful. Calm and peaceful. Yeah. Don't think too much about all the negative news, even though it's there. Don't think too much about it, because thinking about it is not benefiting those people affected or benefiting you, because it will make you worry, and it'll weaken your immune system, and it doesn't benefit anybody. And if you do get sick, that's not good, because you'll probably clog up the hospital system. It's all clogged up, and it's and you don't want to be in that boxing match. Who knows who's going to win, the virus or you? So I'm only joking there, But basically, be calm and peaceful. And the way to do that is through one of the best ways to do that is through meditation. Meditation. And make sure you know how to do meditation properly. Because there's no use doing some techniques that you're not doing it properly. It won't work. If you don't know how to cook properly, you're not going to produce an amazing meal. You produce okay, but you won't produce an amazing meal. Same way, if you want to meditate properly, so that it gives you the maximum peace and calm. Because when you're peaceful and calm, that life force flows through your whole being. Unblocked. There's no blockage. There's less blockage. When you're peaceful and calm, that life force flows through your being. See, flows through your being. And that when that increased life force flows through your being, your immune system will be stronger. Just like that. And when your immune system is very strong, the coronavirus has got absolutely no chance. No chance, there's a lot of well-known people, what I've heard, like, for example, I heard, not far from us, I heard Tom Hanks and his partner. I like Tom Hanks because that's one of my favourite movies, is Forrest Gump. He's in that. So I found out he's in the hospital, in the Gold Coast, and he's got the coronavirus. But he's not, he's not in his 30s or 40s or 50s, he's on the, I'm not sure exact age, but I imagine he's above 60s, I haven't Googled and checked anything like that. But he beat the coronavirus. So what you got to do is you got to make sure your immune system is higher than Tom Hanks level, and you'll be fine. Like that. So I'm not sure if Tom Hanks meditate. Who knows? He might. I don't know. But meditate, and make sure you meditate properly. If you don't know, if you're unsure, go to our website and search for the that free guided meditation download, and I guide that meditation. You just follow that, and then you follow that diligently and sincerely for half an hour. Then it's simple. Then you'll do it right, and you feel very peaceful in the end. And then the more peaceful you feel, the immune system will increase. And we'll be releasing next few weeks and ongoing. We'll be releasing a lot more videos. I'm putting Devika under pressure now. She works on a lot of the video editing. But we've got a lot of videos and that to teach you how to meditate properly and self-healing tools and things like that. So keep an eye out, and just and check out and make sure you're on the newsletter if you're not, so that you get informed of these tools. But you'll learn. There'll be videos too. You'll learn how to meditate properly, like that. So that's meditation. And then another thing you can do is directly heal yourself, and boost your immune system by directly healing yourself. So what that means is basically using energy. You'll be doing energy healing, basically, because we know that the life force is constantly flowing through our being, constantly. We know that because we're alive. The difference between a person who's alive and a corpse is the corpse has got no more life force flowing in the body. We're alive, that means there's a life force flowing in our being, like that. But what we want is that life force obviously flowing maximum possible by not blocking it, by being peaceful and calm, like that I said before. But you can actually further boost it, like in a car, I guess, like a normal car with a carburetor, and with a normal carburetor, and it's running normally, and they put a turbo system on it to kind of boost the combustion so that the car goes faster. That's my little knowledge of cars. I don't know much more than that. Like that. So when you heal yourself through energy healing, it's like you're adding a turbo unit onto your system, like that, and it just boosts the factory built car vehicle. That's our body, like that. So we'll be releasing a lot of videos on how to self-heal. But in the meantime, there are on our website these past one world healing that I've been doing. I've been healing like all those people participated in the past webinars, in the One World Healing webinars. See, you can go and watch that video. You just watch that video, close your eyes and just tune in. Tune in basically means you're participating in it, which means you just know you sit in front of the computer or your phone or whatever and playing that replay, that video, and just feeling yourself receiving that healing. Because that healing that I'm doing, because see, energy, the truth is there's no distance and there's no time. There's no distance and there's no time, which means that even though that's a past video, when you actually watch that and tune into that, the energy will just come to you equally the same way. It might be reduced by a touch, just by touch, because you might have we tend to have a concept in our mind that says that's already happened. This is only a replay, so it can't be as good as the real thing. So see, that concept in our mind kind of like filters it a little bit. You're literally blocking it out yourself a little bit, but you won't block all of it. You might block maximum 20%. So, but it'll still go through your being. So make sure you access that. And I know, like many people who actually do that. Like I know students, and I know people have given feedback. Like they basically watch it every day, and it helps them to sleep better, helps them to be calm, like that. I have one student who came in and visit not that long ago. When she came, I was like, "You're looking pretty bright. You're looking pretty bright. You know, what's happening? Your new job is going well." And she said, yeah, that, but it's your healing. She said, "Okay, what healing? I haven't been. What healing? What healing talking about?" And she said, "I've been listening to your One World Healing." And I said, "Oh, I see." Every day she's doing it. Every day, And really, I'm not trying to convince you. I'm telling you, just that's how it works. It's up to you to do whatever you want to do. But I'm telling you how it works and how you can benefit from that. So that's the healing, like that. And also, you can also directly heal yourself. Directly heal yourself by sending basically divine love energy in your being through the other videos, which we're going to release. Going to show you how to do it. But I told you just briefly again now how to do it, very briefly, because we're running out of time. So basically, that divine love energy is basically the energy that when you cuddle your children or your pets or your nephew and nieces, because they're so cute, when you cuddle them because you love them so much, and when you cuddle them because they're so cute, you just can't help it. You squeeze all your love into them, like that. See, and that energy is called divine love, because we're all divine, and when that energy is sent to another being with purity of heart, no funny motives, the energy, then it's called divine love, because divine is pure energy, divine love energy. So what we should do is just to boost our immune system, that turbocharge. We should just send that divine love energy into our being. We can send that by just putting with our hand, just putting our hand in our heart area, for example, and just squeezing that love as if you're cuddling yourself, really, squeezing that love energy in your being. Like for example, I'll do that now for, let's say, 15 seconds. 15 seconds, and you see my face kind of brighten up. I'll do it now. Like sending divine love to myself. See, if you look at the video, you see the change in my face. You see my face actually brightens up more straight away, immediately. And I'm not doing anything special. I'm like giving myself a hug. Like it's like I'm giving myself a hug and squeezing love, pure love, into this body. As if it's another person. But you're doing that to yourself, like that. And of course, as you're doing that, another technique you can do is just see the divine love energy filling your whole being, and just cleansing. Just see cleansing all your negative energy, that kind of greyish, dark energy. Just see clean, zap it, and just filling your whole being with just love, beautiful love. It's like just see it like a golden color, beautiful warmth. It's like the golden ray of the sun. Just that love energy filling your whole being, like that. So that's I'm showing. That's how you heal yourself. That's one method, and that's easy. You don't have to get anything too fancy. You can use that same boring energy and keep on doing that same energy. You don't have to do heaps more, because the other energies that you can use. Like it takes a long time to learn and all that type of stuff. It's more complicated, but it is just different. just that energy alone, you know, if you do it well, you can heal amazing things if you're really good at it, you know, like that. So keep it really simple. Use that energy to heal yourself. And of course, don't be heroic and things like that. Don't be heroic when you go shopping. And all that. Don't be scared. But make sure you have that social distancing. Because the droplets have less chance of reaching you when you kind of stay a bit further away. You know, and you make the other person peaceful anyway. You know, it's like recently I was at the post office, and so the gentleman went to the he went to the counter, and there was a line in the carpet where you stand behind the line, and he didn't see the line. He went straight towards the counter with his arms on the counter. The other girl at the counter, you know, the lovely girl, she moved back 2 meters. She's being smart, you know. But basically, use common sense and follow all the advice, because they're really common sense advice that really protect ourselves and protect other people, like that. And anyway, there's so many more that you can do. So many more you can do. You know? But I'm out of time. What I want to say is try your best to do all those things, you know. And this coronavirus will pass. And it's because it's karmic. It's karmic. You know, this whole coronavirus is karmic. It's our consciousness of humanity. You know, there's such stress and worry and depression, anxiety and negativities. You know that. So it kind of manifests this type of thing, this type of fear type of thing. You know. So, but when we go through this, because we have no choice, we have to go through it. You know, we have no choice as humanity, so we go through it the best we can. But when we go through it on the other side, it does clear out that karmic negativity. So when the world passes this, it will strengthen the whole humanity. You know, on Earth. You know, so on the other side, like, we don't want to go through this method, you know, but we have to. But when we go through it, we're going to be stronger on the other side. That's the last thing I want to say, you know. And I pray that all of you and the whole humanity, you know, that they're strong, the immune system is strong, and they beat the virus, no problems at all, and they're peaceful and happy, and then the whole planet goes back to normal, and people go back to their workplace, they got jobs back, you know, and everything goes back to normal, so that the economy and everything goes back to normal, so it doesn't put so much strain on families and loss of jobs and all that. Yeah, I wish you all the best. We can have the Q&A now, and the Prema can ask the questions. I've got instruction to switch the mic. Okay.
I'll take the first question from Jeanette in the Netherlands because it's so relevant to so many people at the moment. And that is, how do we deal with fear?
Basically, I always remember a long time ago, I read In Conversation with God by Neil Donald Walsh, maybe 15 years ago, maybe even longer. And that's one of my favourite books, Conversation with God by Neil Donald Walsh, book 1, 2 and 3, and Friendship with God and all sorts of other ones. But in that book, God was speaking to Neil, and God was saying what fear is. And what God was saying is fear is an acronym for false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. And I remember reading that and thinking, oh, fear is false evidence appearing real. That means it's not real. It's not real. So I tried to convince myself it's not real. It's not real. But at the time, that didn't end my worries. That didn't end my worries. But it helped. I can't convince myself it's not real. It's not real. So let me explain further. Now when I look back, now I can see really what that means. I can really understand what that really means, what God's really saying to Neil. False evidence appearing real. See, basically because our nature is divine love. That's actually our nature. We're not flesh and blood only. We're actually a quality or a spirit. Like that. We're actually a quality. And the closest quality to describing our spirit is divine love. Divine love. See? And that quality in our being, that quality, because our being is a spirit, it's a quality. It's not a physical thing. It's not a physical thing. So it's not on the outside. It's not on the outside. Or you can say it's formless. It's formless. See, it's formless, which means we don't. If it's formless, we can't be hurt. Like you can hurt something, but you can't hurt nothing. You can't. You can hurt a person, but you can't hurt the air. You try to punch the air, but nothing happens. You can't hurt the air. See, because it's kind of formless. You can't touch it. It's formless. See. So, see, when you know that in your being, when you, I guess you remember that. When you remember that, who you are, that you're loved, then that fear, you start to see is not real. For example, if someone threatens you, or someone's aggressive, like scream at you or something, you get scared. Fear comes to you, you get scared. But when you know who you are, more and more, you're that divine love. Naturally, you're not informed. You can't be hurt, so you don't get scared. You basically don't get scared. It doesn't mean you tell the person I'm not scared of you. Doesn't mean that. It just means fear doesn't go into your body, and your mind like that. So in short, to overcome fear, to beat fear, you have to cultivate love. The more love you have, or the more that you remember who you are, which is divine love. Of course, the more you remember who you are, the more you feel love in your being, and less fear you're going to have. So, really, try your best to search for love inside your being. Don't search for love outside. Don't expect your partner to fulfill, like, give you the love to fulfill, to complete you, don't go there. If you do get some, it's a bonus, but don't go there, because you are love, you know. You are love. Like, you just got to go to that well, you know, and just search for that, cultivate that, and know I'm beautiful, beautiful. I'm loving, you know, I'm loving and beautiful. I don't care who says anything opposite to that to me. You should be thinking like that. Not rude to people. Just in your mind, don't care what people think, saying to you that you're not love, you know, you're a bad person. No, don't believe that. You know, just know that you're beautiful, that divine love. Remember that. Search for that. Cry in joy for that. Pray for that. Pray for the blessings so that you can remember that. You know. Act loving. Speak lovingly. Speak with heart, with love, with feelings in your voice. Don't speak, oh yeah, like Kramer, yeah, no. Don't speak like that. Like in Seinfeld. That's just a TV series, you know. That, like, speak with love, like that. And then you beat fear.
Penelope from Australia asks, is it truly possible to transcend and heal from a lifetime of trauma?
It is possible. It is possible. You know, it is possible. Basically, obviously, I guess it's like the many years ago when I remember on the TV show, I don't know how many years, it might have been 20 something years ago. I was watching this TV show. It's called The Biggest Loser, if I remember correctly, and these people who actually basically overweight, like they weigh like 150 kilos, you know, or more. And so this show, they help these people to lose weight quickly in this competition. It's competition. So now, if someone, let's say that person who weighs 150 kilos, let's say they want to get a six-pack, you know, so that, you know, they go down the beach swimming, you know, they're young and, you know, like young and innocent, and they want to show off their six-pack in summer, you know, like that. So they get a personal trainer to train them, you know, to get some muscles and lose weight, and they get lean, and in bodybuilding terms they call that get ripped. Sounds rough, they call that get ripped, get a six-pack, you know. And so if someone comes 150 kilos to the personal trainer compared to someone who comes 70 kilos or 75 kilos, you know, half the weight. Like, now, that person that's weighing 150 kilos, definitely they can get a six-pack. Anyone who knows personal training principle truly, and they know what they're doing, combined with the other person's self-effort and cooperation, work together as a team, that person can get a six-pack. But that summer, that person won't. Not that summer. You know? It might be 7 summers away. You know, or 5 summers away. You know, or 3 summers away maybe. You know, see that. So that shows. It shows. In the same way, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much trauma you have. It doesn't matter how much trauma you have. You know? They say from what I heard and know, they say the fastest way, this is what you call, not even an Olympic record, this is what you call galactic record. You know, like anyone who has ever attained enlightenment, like that means have suffering, emotional suffering in themselves, all the way to just enlightenment, which means no more suffering at all. No trauma, nothing, glowing in peace and happiness, like that. Enlightenment. They say the quickest it takes is 3 years. 3 years. Now for me, it didn't take me 3 years. I was a bit slow. It took me around 13 years or so. You know, I was a bit slow. You know, I tried my best, but I was a bit slow. I couldn't do it in 3 years because the first, 8-9 years I was poking around. You know, I could have put my head down and do my homework and do the practice and do the drills and hit the backhand, hit the forehand. You know, do it properly. You know, poking around. But anyway, what I'm saying is that you might think, or other people in your situation might think, oh my God, the trauma that I've been through, you know, like, how can I get out of this? You know, I don't see hope. You know, I don't see hope. You know? But that's in some ways, it's like the same as that person, Biggest Loser. They don't see hope. But at the end of the show, like they lose weight, like, they become 70, 75 kilos. Like, totally healthy again. You know, but they can't even dream of the possibility like that. You know. So what I'm saying is, in short, you can. That's the first thing to know. Know that you can. Because if you think you can't, you won't begin the process. You know. And if you begin the process, you give up. You got to know that you can. You know that you can. You know? Like that. And if you're unsure, go read autobiographies of great people, you know. And you'll see a lot of times in their life growing up, they've had massive challenges, massive trauma and things, you know, before they become happy and conquer that, you know. Like I know for myself, growing myself, sometimes, like, one person said to me, many years ago, you look so happy. You must have been fortunate. You must have had an easy life. You know. I said to the lady, I said, I like to think that I did, but the truth is I didn't. I didn't have an easy life. Like my mother passed away when I was 3 years old. You know, and my father had to take care of 8 children. You know. So he was a fisherman, so he went out to sea. Like basically he goes for a month and comes back to home in 1 week. Goes out to sea a month. So I basically hardly saw my dad. You know, and our family's on the poverty end, not starving and anything like that in the Vietnam poverty end. You know, and and the government at the time, the communist system, so it was hardship and that. So at that time, it was hardship. So my dad, left the country, with me, my brother first, and then my sisters came later on, a different trip. So we came on the refugee camp, for like a year. Come to Australia, hardly a cent in our pocket, no English, and my dad never walked me to school. I just go walk to school myself. Like when I was growing up, like when I wanted to buy oranges to eat, when I went to school to eat, I had my lunch most of the time is like 2 oranges, and later on, I had to I cooked my own like the white bread tip top and just eggs, or fried eggs. That was my lunch every day. Eggs, tip top bread, egg, tip top bread. You know, I don't know how I became healthy like this today. Even though top of diet, that's evidence of God's blessing, isn't it? You know, itself. You know? And when I wanted to eat oranges, you know, when I asked my dad, you know, well, I'm out of oranges for lunch at school. He's saying, can you drive me to buy some, you know, a box of orange? So it's cheaper that way. And my dad said, no. If you want oranges, you have to go get it yourself. So what I did, I got my BMX bike. I went to the local fruit shop and I bought a whole box, around $10 at the time, many years ago. And I put the whole box on the frame of the BMX bike, and I would ride the box, like ride home with a box on my leg, and people driving past seeing me. I was embarrassed. I was hoping no one at school saw me doing this. I would have been so embarrassed. I was hoping we could get home quickly, and I hope also the box doesn't fall down all over the road. I have to pick up all the oranges. Basically, you know, there's heaps more, but you know, I'm not here to share about my life, but I want to share with you my life wasn't easy. But when all the hardship went through me, like that, I always, in my mindset, always said to myself that at the time, you know, some moments I feel almost a little bit teary, the hardship, but I was like, no. I was like, this hardship, I know God is putting me through this. It must be good for me. Because I said to myself, who knows, you know, I might be, you know, like a world leader one day. You know, at the time I was in year 7. I was like, who knows, I might be a world leader one day, you know. And if I'm a world leader one day, I gotta be strong. I can't be weak. I gotta be strong. So this hardship must be good for me. So this is good for me. So like I'll accept more of this. I don't mind this. For years I don't mind this. This must be good for me. So in my mindset it was like that. So I didn't feel bad anything, you know. But in short, you can get rid of a lifetime, you know, of trauma fastest in 3 years. But if you're slow like me, maybe 13 or 15 years, you know. And if you don't like to rush too much, maybe in 20 years, you know. And even if you don't make it in 30 years and you start, you might have got rid of most of it. And your life will be beautiful. See? Like that. But in short, not a problem.
Karen from Australia is asking you, what are some ways to reduce anxiety and depression?
Basically, anxiety is a mental illness that affects very heavily affects your nervous system. Basically, when you have that anxiety is an energy, and that basically affects your nervous system, which means like you feel this kind of like nervousness and you can't control it. It's kind of like, it's almost inside you. It's like an inner tremor inside you. It's like, you know, and then you're like, it scares you basically. It freaks you out. It scares you, and that level, high level, they call that anxiety attack. So it's that energy, you know, energy. So I'll deal with the anxiety first, and then I'll go to depression. You know, they're similar, but they're slightly different. And that anxiety is caused, that nervousness is caused by your mind. Your mind is basically what you call overthinking. You know, or over worrying, which is the same as overthinking. You know, because basically when you're thinking a lot, every time you think, your energy moves like that. Every time you think, your energy moves. So for example, like if I'm not thinking, see, now, see, my energy is very calm. It's calm. It's not like anxiety. See, inside me, my energy inside my being is calm. I'm basically just emphasizing that calm energy so you can see, highlight it more so you can see, like that. But it's overall, it's caused by thinking too much, like that. So to beat anxiety, you got to stop thinking. You got to stop thinking. You got to minimize thinking. And thinking, the problem with thinking is like smoking. It's a habit. It's a habit. And believe it or not, like people smoke, nicotine is addictive. But I'm telling you, thinking is addictive. It's even worse than nicotine. It's addictive because it's like it's a habit. And when you're thinking, like for example, when you're daydreaming, you're just thinking this, thinking that. Like that. And it's kind of addictive because it's kind of like in some ways it's almost like hypnotizing. You almost feel like a false comfort. Like in daydreaming, you feel I could be free to think anything alive. But what you don't realize is that you're tuning up your energy. You're thinking, tuning up energy, you're moving energy. And then when that movement like that doesn't stop and it keeps on thinking more and more and more, it goes faster. And that just makes when your energy is moving like that inside your nervous system can't cope because the nervous system operates, feeds on and loves and gets nourished based on calmness and peace. That's the food for your nervous system. You see, when your energy moves like that, it gets damaged. It basically gets damaged. So basically, in short, to beat anxiety, you gotta stop thinking. You gotta make a decision. You gotta learn how to stop that habit, and so you gotta dedicate wholeheartedly to learn how to meditate. To cultivate more love in your life. To learn how to heal yourself. I mean, it's clear that energy, that I guess that toxic energy caused by the negative thinking. You clear that toxin out of your system, like that. Learn how to heal yourself. And go on my website and read everything, watch everything, listen to everything, and try your best to live it. And that's the shortest way I can answer for anxiety because we're running out of time. For depression, it's still very similar. It's the same type of approach. Depression is still overthinking. It looks different. Anxiety is like nervous. Depression is like no energy. Like, how are you? All right. like that. So it looks different, but it's the same. Depression is what you call flat in energy. You got no energy. Other one's anxiety, like nerves like that. Whereas depression is flat energy. You got no energy. You got no energy to protect yourself. If someone's rude to you, you feel hurt deeply because you got no energy to protect, to be strong. Like energy, other people's negative energy hits you, you kind of bang, and you bounce back. But if you got no energy, no wall to protect, no energy, it hits you and you just take it all like that. So it's basically flat energy, and that is caused by also overthinking. Because every time you think, because thinking is energy, every time you think, it drains energy. So if you think, overthink, your energy just evaporating so fast. So that reservoir, that massive reservoir of vitality and energy in your being, it gets depleted over time. And over the many years that it takes, suddenly you feel flat. So to overcome depression, you got to stop thinking. And suddenly, when you stop thinking, that reservoir will just build up again, because the life force is constantly filling our being, and that you just fill up again, and then depression will be gone, like that. Next. Okay, last question.
Right, Catherine in Germany wants to know, what is the most important thing we can do to save the planet?
Believe it or not, to save the planet, you got to save yourself. I know it sounds a bit cliche. To save the planet, you got to save yourself. What that means is, for the planet to have peace and happiness and love for each other, no violence, care and love for each other. Simple. That's it. When each person lives like that, nothing greater than that. This planet will move to what you call a golden age. Real quick. Like, where it's just glory on the planet. It's just kindness and selflessness and beauty and goodness. Everywhere you go, you see, in the TV you watch, the books you read, the people you interact with, the school your children go to, like everything, everything becomes like that. So now, peace comes from, world peace comes from individual peace. Like, for example, if you live in one suburb, right? And let's say you got a 3-bedroom flat, and you need to help pay the rent. You advertise local newspaper, to someone to come and be a flatmate, so they can help you pay your rent. Let's say that, some practical metaphor. So let's say that the newspaper that you're advertising, the circulation of that newspaper only goes to your suburb. It doesn't go beyond your suburb, right? Now, if everyone in your suburb, every single person in your suburb is not peaceful and argumentative and have anger issues, and rude and put other people down and no care and selfish. Now, see, it doesn't matter who's going to respond to your ad. You're not going to have that person share your flat. You're not. See? Because there's no peace in the suburb, But if each person in that suburb, starts to think, oh my God, I don't like being rude and to others, and I don't make other people feel good. I don't feel good. I can't even sleep at night. I'm not well physically, mentally. I got to change my ways. I got to change my ways, like that. And then who knows? They might be googling or go on YouTube. And they might stumble into the One World Healing, and the Wisdom Awakening webinar, and they're hearing this talk. And that so there's a way I can heal myself and become more peaceful. And they start living and practicing diligently. Nothing fancy, nothing miraculous, just daily, effort. And then and then that person becomes more peaceful, and then they tell other people, and other people find out, and then the whole town becomes peaceful. See, the world peace is like that. But it's not the town, it's the whole planet. So if we each try to work at ourselves, at our own peace and calm and love and care for ourselves and other people, the people that we live, the people that are around us, our workplace, we don't have to travel across the globe, do a tour, uplift the world, nothing like that. Just each person just be calm and peaceful with everyone you meet. Your family, begin with your family. Kind to your family and helpful. And your friends, Start there. Start there. Be sincere. Peace will build, peace will come. And if everyone did that, there'd be world peace. World peace is not that hard. It's not that hard. The only reason why world peace at the moment is so difficult to for our planet, is that the whole world, generally speaking, we do not believe peace is critical, is vital for our lives. Like as if air, peace. Like if we know peace is as vital as air, oxygen, we'll go for it. And once we go for it, it's nothing hard. It's nothing hard. Peace is going to come quickly, and world peace will come. And before you know it, it'll be the golden age. Passports be over. No border control, nothing. Passports be over. Because no one will be afraid from anybody, and no one will try to rob each other. Because even before the person thinks of robbing, you're already giving it. So there'll be no robberies. The person won't even think of robbing anyway. Like that. So what I'm saying in short is peace is not hard. Honestly, it is not hard. I know peace is not hard. I know it. It's just that you've got to value it. If we just dump peace, put it in a suitcase and put it in the corner of our room, and start going for success and achievements, and recognition and fame and fortune, be a millionaire by the time you're 30, financially free, go for that. I'm not saying if there's anything wrong with that, but there's something wrong with that if you put the other thing in the cupboard. Those things are fine, but if peace is up the top, then your life will be beautiful. But we lock peace up in the cupboard, and we just go for all these other things, and then we drown. No peace. We have no peace whatsoever. We get sick, and we need healing, and we don't know how to get it. All I'm saying is, change your mindset. Reflect deeply. Get our values right for ourselves. Embark on the journey, which means you start to experiment what works, what doesn't work to attain this peace. And before you know it, it's a piece of cake. Peace is a piece of cake, I'm telling you. Before you know it, peace is a piece of cake. You'll be laughing, and the world will be saved. Like that. Anyway, we're running late. The coronavirus webinar focus, of these webinars is taking a bit more time because it is a serious situation, and I'm trying my best to help the planet the best I can. So it's taking a bit more time, but just hang in there. Now we'll finish off the Wisdom and Awakening webinar with the Meet the Divine Infusion, where I'm going to bring your spirit or soul essence to meet with divine essence. that meeting, which is critical in the remembrance and the relationship, the connection, you know, that nourishes you, your spirit deep within you, and it just sets the framework for everything, all the joy in your life. Okay, close your eyes now. And just feel yourself receive the infusion. Begin by moving into your heart space. Now I'm going to bring your consciousness towards your essence, your soul. Try to feel that right now. Feel that meeting with your soul right now. like meeting again an ancient friend. Notice how it makes you feel. Now I'm going to merge your soul's consciousness to the universal consciousness. Feel your soul, your spirit expand. To the whole universe. Every corner of the universe, the spirit is there. Never-ending expansion. Across the universe. Now, I want to merge your soul, your spirit's consciousness with the source consciousness. It's like a marination of your consciousness with the source consciousness, becoming one, intertwined. Now I'm going to bring your essence to meet the source essence. A one-on-one meeting. Try to feel that right now. Feel that feeling of home, being home again, right now. Feel the depth of it. The beauty of it. Feel the love. Always remember this feeling. That you're always connected with this source. Never alone. In this universe, you're never alone. You're always connected. Now gently remember that state, that feeling, that connection. Gently shift back to your heart space. You can now gently open your eyes and we'll end the infusion. So thanks for joining me once again at this webinar, and we're running a bit over time, so if you like, you can share how you're feeling after all the infusions. I hope that makes you feel more in your heart, and there's more peace and more depth in your being. Makes you more happy and light. And do look after yourself out there. I know it's hard for everybody out there, but always remember who you are and stay peaceful and upbeat. Don't let anything put you down, and stay safe. Good on you. Thank you. See ya.
I see the joy you bring, and all I want to do is to serve you. I see the joy you bring, and all I want to do is to serve you. Savesham svasti bhavatu, Savesham shanti bhavatu, Savesham purnam bhavatu, Savesham mangalam bhavatu. I see the relief you give, and my tears of love are overflowing. I see the relief you give, and my tears of love are overflowing. Savesham svasti bhavatu, Savesham shanti bhavatu, Savesham purnam bhavatu, Savesham mangalam bhavatu. I see the fulfillment you bring, and I lay my gratefulness at your feet. I see the fulfillment you bring, and I lay my gratefulness at your feet. Savesham svasti bhavatu, Savesham shanti bhavatu, Savesham purnam bhavatu, Savesham mangalam bhavatu. I see the growth you inspire, and I am happy of love are overflowing. Sarvesham Swasti Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shanti Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. I see the fulfillment you bring, and I lay my gratefulness at your feet. I see the fulfillment you bring, and I lay my gratefulness at your feet. Sarvesham Swasti Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shanti Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. I see the growth you inspire, and I am happy to be alive. I see the growth you inspire, and I am happy to be alive. Sarvesham Swasti Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shanti Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu.
Well, I came with no expectations. So yeah, it really blew me out of the water.
It's almost like they say, you know, if you're going to do one thing in your life, do this.
I've been on a spiritual level for so long, but was the ultimate experience I had in my life.
From the moment we arrived, you could tell that it wasn't just any retreat. There was calm everywhere. Everybody was extremely friendly.
It's lovely to be in a group with people who are all looking for peace and happiness, and to watch people change over the weekend. It's beautiful.
Through all the spiritual master that I met, I never experienced the connection as I do with this spiritual master. I mean, everyone has goodness, but he has something really special.
He is just an amazingly beautiful presence. Strong, gentle, powerful.
You feel his unconditional love and his compassion, and at the same time, his joyfulness, you know? It's so good, you know. In most spiritual retreat, everything is serious. Here I can't stop laughing.
He's the funniest master you're ever going to meet. Most genuine and happy and joyful. He's the common man's master. He really is.
There is an immediate heart. You just feel his heart, and it's beautiful.
It's a very special man in a very special body doing God's work.
Those whose hearts are not open to me during this retreat, they're going to feel great. And those whose hearts are open, they're going to feel amazing at the end of the retreat.
I will never forget for the rest of my life this feeling of power and strength and stillness and calm. Like a solid tree surrounded by crazy wind and it just doesn't move. That power, that feeling, that is just out of this world.
That was just incredible.
very grounding, very centering. It was just, it's really great. It felt very sort of chaotic, just very off-center, very ungrounded. Before I came yesterday, now I feel probably more grounded than I've ever felt.
All I could feel was love, peace and joy for the whole of humanity, the universe, everything, which is what I've been praying for.
It's just an amazing moment. It's an amazing experience and it's so powerful.
Your mind will be wrestling all over the place, going all over the place. And it's a bit like arm wrestle. It's spiritual arm wrestle, you know. And I arm wrestle you. And when I get you down like that, you're in Satori, which is a temporary state of enlightenment.
He teaches complex subjects in a really easy to understand, straightforward manner that have examples in our everyday life.
His talks are always interesting, his questions and answers, he's funny. And he's got all these metaphors from his own life when he was growing up, which helps us relate that to our own lives and the experiences that we've had.
I could feel when he was around me. It was just the most beautiful feelings. You could see a real difference in everyone's faces, like before and after.
It feels amazing. Whatever it has to heal, it got healed.
I teach the way, the correct way to do meditation and understanding how it works. It's not guesswork, you know. Doing it and knowing exactly what you are doing, confidently. And when you practice it, you get results.
Yeah, he's so, loving to everyone, calm. And then just the way he spent time with every individual is the thing that everyone can see.
It was so lovely. He just put his hand on my head, and I could just feel just beautiful energy coming through my body. So peaceful, you know. Really in my heart space as well. Just beautiful love.
Well, that's a very, very special event, and being so close to him and feeling that pure energy and that pure love and the way that transcends my being at that particular point in time. I just felt like a very different person when I stood up.
I feel magically blessed to have this experience and to have access to Sri Avinash in any form. So the one thing I would say is I'm eternally grateful, and I would encourage anybody to take up any opportunity they can.
People in Australia everyone should come here. Everyone should experience something like this.
For me, I would love everybody in the whole world to be able to do this retreat and spend time with Sri Avinash and experience what I've experienced.
With everybody else that I've spoken to, they can't believe the amount of transformation they've had in such a short space of time.
I don't know, it was such a blissful experience for me. And you actually have to come. It's not good to listen to what I say. Come and experience for yourself, and believe me, you never forget about it.
Were you inspired tonight?
Oh, it was amazing. It really was. My favourite part is just someone sitting up there and just having the intention that he had and being able to feel the energy flow through my body. It was amazing.
What do you think about his ability to heal a group of people like that?
It's pure focus and intent. I just thought it was amazing. I could feel it like it was just me and him.
So it felt like a one-on-one?
It did.
Yeah. Because there was hundreds of people there tonight.
There was. Yeah.
Did you notice any shifts in your body in terms of physical ailments?
I did. I came in with a really sore knee, and I've had it for about a month. And when he got to the knee part, I was like, oh, thank you so much. I was so grateful. And I felt it. I felt a shift of tension falling out of my knee, but I felt more than that. But that was specific because I had a real pain in my knee.
Did that pain diminish? Did it go?
It did. I can't feel it now.
It's just gone?
Yeah, it's definitely. I was limping when I came in.
Limping?
Yeah.
Wow. What other feelings did you remark upon in that group healing?
I could feel a lot of energy around my head. At one point I felt like someone was actually standing with their hands on me, like hands-on healing. Not on me, but I could feel it just above my head. In my heart felt a lot of warmth. Just the focus areas, I could really feel, I could feel energy.
And how does your lower back feel now?
My lower back feels great. I feel great. I can still feel the warmth all going up the back of my neck. Yeah, it was beautiful.
Remarkable.
Yeah.
Remarkable.
I'm just really grateful. I'm really grateful. When I walked in, I actually felt a bit emotional with all these people coming in on a Friday night and being able to come together, and it just shows how far we're all coming and what's important to us. And, you know, for someone to come in, and all of you actually, to come here and give us this gift, I'm very grateful.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you.
Angelina,
yes.
May I ask you, what's your condition that you'd like me to do the healing for you? What's the situation, your situation?
So my lower back is quite debilitating, so I'd like that to at least lessen the pain that I'm in.
Yep. May I ask you, that back pain, is it out of 10, what would be the pain right now?
5, 6.
5, 6?
Yeah.
Okay, 5, 6 out of 10. May I ask you what's the cause of that? What happened? What happened in your life?
So I got caught in a lift, the doors of the lift closed, the power went, and so there was no sensors on the lift.
Yeah.
So I panicked, and I was trying to hold the lift open, and then when the lift when the doors opened, I fell backwards, but I felt like a elastic breaking in my back, so it was immediate.
You fell backward onto the ground.
I didn't fall onto the ground, but you know when you're pulling, let go. Yeah.
Oh, let go.
So I fell backwards against the other door. But I felt immediately like a elastic breaking in my back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And do you have X-rays and all that?
Yeah, I've had MRIs.
Yep. What do they say?
The MRIs are showing that there is a bulge in L5, and that it's pressing against a bone. So the bone's pressing. Well, the bulging disc is pressing against the bone.
How long ago?
3 years, or just 3.5 years actually. Yeah.
Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try my best to heal that at L5. You say?
Yeah.
Other spots are fine.
L5 and S1.
Okay. Close your eyes, and just feel yourself receive the healing energy. So first, I'm just going to cleanse the energy field with divine love. Is great energy to cleanse. Okay, now I'm going to go to the actual focus on the S1 and L5, healing it up. and just see it mend. And then I'm going to just pull the spine out, leave a bit of a gap, and then it's going to will the body, and just will the body to just produce new damaged bits, and just see it mend together, and then I just straighten it in the right position. But obviously, I'm not a doctor. I don't know what the right position means, but God knows that. Source knows that. You understand? That's what I'm saying. God is the healer, not me. I'm just doing these things, but God knows what's the right position, everything. You understand? Yep. Okay, Angelina, can you open your eyes for a moment? Do you feel any change to your pain level in the area? Okay, stand up and see. Yeah, just do whatever you normally do to see if there's any change.
It's the first time in 3 years it's gone.
It's gone. Do further tests just to make sure.
Sorry?
Or you stand up, you know straight away.
So I can tell straight, because if I lean into it, I can't lean into the back. But
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. How does that feel?
Feels amazing.
You reckon you're going to become even a better mum?
Probably.
Doesn't she look like she's got herself back? It's not just back pain gone, but it's kind of, she's bright, she's peaceful, she's happy, you know. Anyway, it's not for showing off, just to show you what this healing can do.
So the injury was on my L5 and S1, which is the lower back. So there's a bulging disc that is bulging because of the injury, and has been causing me a lot of pain for the last 3.5 years. Sometimes bedridden, sometimes painkillers, heat packs, but very debilitating. Just every day, and I guess I've just got myself conditioned to the pain, and so to come here and have that healing done was amazing.
Mm. And after that healing, how do you feel now?
I feel great. I feel obviously the physical side. I have no pain in my lower back for the first time in 3.5 years. Like, there is no pain.
What's it like to walk around?
It feels great, and it feels surreal. Like, every now and again I go to sort of protect it and then go, oh, it's okay. So, it's quite emotional for me, because I didn't want to get surgery.
Was that scheduled for you, was it?
That would be, yes, they were looking at scheduling that in the next few weeks. So to walk around now and have no pain, it is surreal. I'm almost sort of thinking, is it only temporary? Is it like one of those injections? Will it come back? But I did have a very open mind about that, and I did, made up my mind last night that if I was asked to volunteer, I would.
Good on you.
Yeah.
Good on you. So, on a daily basis, the pain that you were experiencing in your lower back as a result of that injury, could you tell me what was that on the scale of 1 to 10 usually?
It would vary depending on what day of the week. So further down the week, it would be worse. But usually about a 6 by the evening. So that was, you know, sometimes it would be an 8. I've had weekends where I can't get out of bed. And so that, you know, that's been quite traumatic for me, where you sort of worry about becoming crippled, or, you know, you can't do what you want to be able to do physically. Yeah.
And so when you came in today, what would you say the pain level was at in your lower back?
That was about a 5 or a 6 today. And yeah.
Yeah, and so you were picked to receive the live demonstration, and it didn't go on for very long.
No.
How long would you say it was? I was thinking...
I guess 10 minutes.
That would be my estimate as well, about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So what went through your mind when you realised you were sitting down and after 10 minutes of receiving Sri Avinash's healing, you just noticed no pain in your back anymore?
Well, it was more when I stood up, when he asked me to stand up, and then that's when I could do the real test on it. I could feel that it was sitting, that there was no pain, but it's more so when I put my weight on it that I can feel the pain, and when I put my weight on it, it wasn't there.
So today's healing,
it's just profound. It's changed my life. I feel like going out and doing a cartwheel if I could. I don't think I could. Not now. When I was younger, I could. But I just feel like jumping, you know, the Toyota ad. Yay!
can I ask you some questions about your experience of the healing sessions on this retreat? So how do you feel now after receiving the healing transmissions?
Absolutely amazing. I'm just tingling all over. I feel really light, and it's like I actually do feel still. I feel like I could sit there and just go and meditate for hours. I just feel amazing. Just my lungs feel good. I was a heavy smoker and smoked a lot of drugs for years, and my lungs feel just amazing. My back, my neck, it's just, yeah, I've had a few issues over the time and they just have all gone. Like my neck's not even sore, and I fell out of a ute when I was 18, backwards, 80 k's, and my neck's not even sore. Yeah, my neck's always sore, and it's not sore at all.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so I usually sleep on a special chiropractic pillow thing, and if I don't have that, it's a nightmare. And it's just, yeah, it's getting better and better and better. Now I've got no pain. I can, it's. When I'd seen a chiropractor, they said, "What truck did you get hit by?" That's what they wanted to know, and literally it was because I fell out of a ute backwards at 80 k.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, did that pain in your neck vanish over the course of this retreat?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got better and better, and which is really weird in itself because sitting in hard seats doesn't make my lower back or my upper back better. When sitting like this in a meditative sort of position doesn't help with my neck. It actually hurts my neck, so I usually meditate, more like or whatever because it does hurt. But now it's, I'm sitting up straight, and which normally I can't do. So,
wow,
yeah.
amazing. Can I just delve into that neck issue just a little bit more? So you said that happened when you were 18?
18 years old.
Yeah, so that's like decades that you've been...
Yeah, at least over 30 years. Yeah.
And what, on a daily basis, was that pain out of 10?
When it first happened, I spent 3 months bent over. I couldn't lift my head, and they said there was nothing wrong with it, but obviously there was ligament damage done to my spine. But, and then over the years, probably when we'd go on long drives to like the other side of, halfway across Australia to visit relatives, I'd drive for 12, 14 hours. By the time I get there, I couldn't move my neck. So that was quite dangerous in itself because I can't turn my head. And, it's got better. But over the weekend, it's just... Because it'd be like 9 out of 10. When it goes bad, the pain shoots right up
to the top of my head, and it goes right through the back of my spine, and it's just intense headache, intense. It's not even like a headache, it's just intense pain. I don't know if it's just, yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, that's wonderful. So I wonder, Mark, how would you describe his healing ability?
To be honest, not from this planet. It's not even from this planet. It's not even from this planet. And yeah, you'd have to come and see it and have he's doing the free ones and workshops and stuff, but it's just, yeah, if you've not experienced it, it's something next level. Yeah, it's off the planet. It's definitely not from this planet. It's like it's crazy, when people would say it's mumbo jumbo until you've actually felt him actually do what he does, and yeah, it's not. It's next level. It's like, yeah, crazy stuff, but it's amazing ability. Yeah, but he's just so beautiful. He's such a beautiful man, He's so powerful at the same time, but so beautiful. He's just so sweet. If anyone was ever thinking about coming to this or spending time in a retreat with him, or even a free one, you've got to do it. You've got to do it. Just don't put it off. Go and do it. Don't let any of your beliefs or whatever, cloud your judgment. Just go and do it, because you'll understand when you've come, how important it is and how amazing he is, and then you'll put all the pieces together once you've been here. Yeah. How it all worked. Yeah.
What did you think of his teaching style? Was it, easy?
Oh, I loved his teaching style. He's so down to earth. I love that he's, you can feel the depth of wisdom that he's communicating, but he's so down to earth. He's so earthy. He's so real. The examples that he uses, they're so funny. But they're also so relatable. So it just disarms you and charms you, and also it makes it, I can believe because he's like me. So I can believe, and look what he's able to achieve. So it just empowers me. It's very empowering the way that he teaches.
And so he gave you these tools, he showed you them, he demonstrated, and is it your husband or your partner? You watched him, I saw your face glowing up, you watched him being healed, and you watched other people being healed with these energies. Like, what did it make you feel? What did it do to you when person after person had these issues from whatever pain level to zero? Through the healing.
Just witnessing that, you're witnessing miracles. You're witnessing miracles. And, we've been brought up with miracles, everybody knows the story of Jesus and what, he was able to achieve. Well, I witnessed that this weekend, again and again and again. I witnessed people being healed right there on the spot. And I guess it's this just amazement, and I just was just completely restored. My faith is restored. I think that's, but not only that, I guess also a feeling of just pure love and gratitude for what Sri Avinash is sharing with us all. And for his, with the peace that he's achieved, he could just go and sit and just meditate in a cave and just enjoy that peace and just bliss out for the rest of his life. But the fact that he's able to come and to relate to us as, just normal people, with stories that you know, where he's mentioning like major supermarket chains and, do you know, like the hardware chains, and he's talking about, you know, going into Bunnings and things like that. It helps us to relate. But then when you think, oh, he's just like me, then he goes and heals someone, you know, like like with Scott, you know, 28 years. And since, you know, he's been, since I've been with him, every day he's in pain. There is not a moment that he's not in pain. And so some days he would say to me, oh, it's a good day. And I'm like, oh, no pain today. And he's like, oh, no, not no pain. Like, there's no such thing as no pain. And yet there he was, sitting down after 10 minutes or less than 10 minutes of Sri Avinash, you know, directing all this beautiful love and healing power and energy towards him. And I witnessed, his whole demeanour changed, and everybody in the room knew that he was pain-free. He confirmed it, of course, but you could see it. You could see it because everything in him changed. His whole energy changed, his face changed, his posture changed, everything. So just, and he's still pain-free. So yeah, it's just a blessing.
So then what do you think of Sri Avinash as his power?
I think he's phenomenal. There is no doubt in my mind. He is an incredible healer. He is, he's totally next level. Like, very, very powerful. There's a lot to learn from this man. There's a lot for him to share with the world. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what unfolds because of his power, his immense power. And I feel like we've only just seen the beginning, and yet what I've been witnessing has been just so phenomenal. But I feel like, he's got the kind of power that is just going to continue to grow and grow and grow, and just it's this expansiveness. Last weekend, when I was at the event, the healing night, watching him on stage when he had this, he had his palms outstretched. He was like a superhero out on stage, beaming this incredible energy at everybody, including me, and the energy just washed over me, so that by the time it finished, I cried like I've not cried like that. I don't even know if I've ever cried like that in my life, to be honest. I was sobbing. But I wasn't sad. I was completely just in awe of the power that I'd just experienced. But my body was just, I think it was just purging the stuff that was just no longer necessary, or I don't think it's ever been necessary, but just stuff that I've accumulated along the way. And I just let go of so much. I couldn't stop sobbing, and then I couldn't stop laughing. And it was probably 45 minutes of just the reverberations, I think it was, the reverberations of his powerful energy after that healing. And I think that's changed my life. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm really curious about, you saw him healing, you got that reawakening in you of that faith you can heal, and then you got the chance to heal other people. What was that experience like? What happened when you were healing others?
It was just really interesting to note that obviously we don't have the power that Sri Avinash has at this point, but the same energy, we could experience the same energy. Like, I was experiencing that same energy from, everyone, like we've all been practicing healing each other. And I've had healings from a few different people or participants in the program. And it's that same energy. And it's quite, we've only, had like 7 minutes to heal each other, obviously, that's not a long time. But in that short space of time, you can really feel it's tangible. The energy is tangible that we're able to transmit. And this is without much practice. This is, some people transmitting this powerful energy have never, ever tried to heal someone before. So it's quite powerful. Yeah.
And are you going to go out and use it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Most definitely. I will be using it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
And do you think, you've just said, like, you think it's something anyone could do if they wanted to?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because Sri Avinash has this ability to connect, I think, with everybody. Women, men, people of all ages, all backgrounds. He's so disarming. He's just so down to earth and so real, and he can reach anybody with his message. And once he's reached you with the message, that's it. It's in you, and that power is within you. I mean, the power is already within us, but he helps reawaken it and reawaken our connection with that and our faith in that and our confidence in that. And yeah, we're all superheroes, and we've all left here superheroes today.
Yeah. So in total, like I said at the beginning, and I still see it now, you're just glowing like anything. Like, how do you feel from before you met Sri Avinash last Friday to now? Like, can you let us know how you're feeling? What's the change in you?
I think I've been reconnected with my faith and my confidence in those superhero abilities that I was born with, that I somehow managed to talk myself out of or let the world talk me out of. I've been reconnected with that faith and confidence in those abilities, but also I've been reconnected with my passion to help people. And I think actually more than anything, that has made everything worth it. To be reconnected again with that passion to help people, and that just reconnection with that love in my heart that I want to share. I think that's been the most powerful takeaway for me, and yeah, that has changed me as a person. So yeah, from this day forward, look out, world.
That's fantastic. I almost don't know what to ask you because you're just beaming with joy, but also I know you've got to go. Is there anything you want to share that I didn't ask you?
I think if you're thinking about attending, a program with Sri Avinash, don't hesitate. Really, truly. Get amongst it, because he's just his power is growing, and his popularity is growing, and there's some really great opportunities just to to be exposed to his message, and to have and just don't hesitate, because the more often that you can get exposure to that message, the more powerful it will be.